Alright, welcome back. Got April's Panfish and Trout Mystery Tacklebox here today. I'm pretty excited about these because they're always really good. I like these quite a bit. Alright, let's get this opened up and see what we got here. Oh, let's just start off with this. Jigpera Micro. 1/4 of an ounce, freshwater custom. Falls like a leaf. Pretty cool. Let's pop it open and see what we got here. I'm not really quite sure how to rig this. Never had one of these. Okay, so it's got a front skirted, like a little skirt on that front red hook. That being red, that's going to be a good strike zone. And no, it is barbed. It's got the world's tiniest barb there. I don't know if your camera's ever going to pick that up, but I thought it was barbless for a moment there. Then you've got a treble hook on the back. And it kind of looks like... So there's no eyelet on the back of it or on the bottom of it. My guess would be that you would either rig it from the front or you could rig it from the back. But it's just a jigging spoon. That's pretty cool. Really can't wait to try this. I wonder how this would actually, what this would do in current in like a deep hole in the river, if I'd be able to kind of flutter it up through it, get trout in the river. It'd work great off of like a dock or a boat. That's pretty cool, actually. Alright, big Jinko Fishing, Big T Fry Series crappie baits. Little bitty black and chartreuse. Little bitty tickle tail there. It's a neat little bait. I like the colors too. I don't think I have anything quite in this color scheme yet. Throw that back in the bag real quick. Also kind of impressive that they all stay lined up in the bag. H&R Lure Company Sacolate Slayer. So these are like of course I don't have a knife or scissors on my table right now. So it's essentially a bait it's kind of the same size, or kind of the same shape as these, with a little tickle tail back there, and it's got a spinner up top and an embedded tube jig style kind of weighted body there with the spinning arm. These are really, really good, especially for crappie and panfish. Definitely could catch trout on these in the right conditions. Going through turbulent water, the spinning arm probably won't do what you want it to do, but once you hit slack water, that spinning arm is going to work absolutely perfectly in the rivers. Or if you're in a lake, this would work great too. Probably could run this like 2 or 3 feet, maybe deeper, depending on water clarity, because you're going to have light to catch it on that tiny little bitty blade. Collins 2-inch triple tickle tail grub. Chartreuse. Super good color here. Let's check this guy out here real quick. Oh, that's pretty interesting actually. I wonder what this looks like in the water. So it's got all these extra feelers and nubs on the actual grub tail. So it's just like a regular grub, but it's got these extra feelers. I wonder what those look like in the water. I bet it just gives it some extra mass and like a little bit of extra action flipping through the water. That's pretty cool. I don't think I have anything like that. I might, because it looks kind of familiar. Or maybe I've just seen something like this in the stores. And of course, we got our baby impulse jigs. Pop one of these open. I actually really like the impulse jigs, and it kind of makes me really happy. in a way that I get them every single time, because there's 100 million of these that they make. And I don't have this color scheme yet. So this is one of the 2 pre-rigged ones. So it's kind of got like a fluke style tail. Like, I'm not that shaky, it's just got that much action with a little bit color matching jig head, which is nice. I do wish in these boxes that you did get size appropriate jig heads. Usually when you get jig heads in these boxes, they're even a little bit too large for the 2-inch tickle tail. Rattling Wasp by Vexen, 1/6 ounce. It's a number 4 walleye, bass, and crappie. Ooh, tremendous amount of rattles in that. Thing's loud. Let's dive down to 6 feet depth, 1/6 ounce. So it'll be a little bit harder to throw on windier days, but this is something, if you could throw it into, say you were on the river, which would be super ideal for this, and you come across a deep hole, you could throw this in there. Trout would definitely hit this. Walleye definitely hit this with that red front hook during spawn. Super reflective, good color scheme, green back, Chartreuse sides with that chrome belly. Small bait, deep diving, bass and walleye and trout will all like that red hook. This is gonna be a good one. Alright, let's see what this is. Excite Baits, Tiny Bee. I have a couple of these little bean guys already. They actually work a lot better than you would guess. Yeah, it doesn't give a depth. So what I've noticed with these are that they are very, very, very slow sinking, and they sink to about maybe a foot underneath the water. And when you reel them in, you have to go super slow because they do this little wobble. So it's almost the top water, but it's only in like a foot of water, and you can run it top water if you want to reel quicker with it. I actually caught a couple trout on my pink one of these I've got the other day, just because I wanted to try it out. The only fault for it is this is pretty hard to cast. It's almost easier just to throw it because they are really light. I doubt this is even 1/8 of an ounce. So super light gear, you'd be on like 6-pound tests, as you would be for most of this, or lighter, 6 to 8-pound tests. And even then you're gonna have a hard time casting it, especially if there's any kind of breeze. But what I was doing was I would cast it out, and there was a little bit of a breeze that day, so it was pulling it away from me. I'd leave my bail open, and I've let it get out like an extra like 10-15 feet, and then I'd slow roll it back to me about 8 inches underneath the water, because it is very slightly slow sinking, and it's super slow sinking. So just getting right underneath the top of the water, and then trout come up from the bottom and nail it. Alright. Oh, what is this? Oh, got more of these. Okay, pop this open. Little Plankton, tiny, absolutely tiny. This is the type of deal that you would throw on like a 1/32 jig head. Something super small, and then throw it with a weighted bobber. I think I'm just gonna end up doing a video probably later today or so on what I found to be a really good way to fish these, and to explain when I say every time I say throw it underneath a weighted bobber or like underneath the slip bobber, because I feel like that confuses some people, because they're like, oh, well, why would I throw this on a bobber when it's obviously a jig? You'll see why. I'll probably do that video later today, maybe tomorrow. Because I really need to just do it already, because I keep talking about throwing them underneath bobbers. Reaction strike, RS spin, dives 4 to 5 feet. I love spinners. Absolutely love spinners. Catch, cast, catch, post, release, repeat, blah, blah, blah. Flutters quickly. Katana hook, so it's got a quality hook on it. Which this one's actually pretty neat because most inline spinners, they don't put a split ring on it so you can change the hook, and then this one's already got a single hook on it, which is nice, because a lot of places that I fish out here, at least, you're limited to a single barbless hook, so this would be an easy switch out for one of my other smaller hooks. Brass body, painted red, painted black, got that nice little bead there. That could be trimmed down a little bit, that little point right there. I might trim that down, see how it works the way it is, but I might trim that just a hair, because it does, I don't like it when it has the opportunity to catch the blade, because a lot of times when trout will hit an inline spinner, especially in lakes, it'll knock the blade out, and then the rest of the time that you're reeling it in, if you don't notice the extra drag is missing, you're just reeling it in and it's just like this in the water, and that blade's not turning. The blade not turning isn't going to catch any fish. And then you just have to kind of pump it or real quickly for a second till you get that extra drag back and that blade's turning again. But if you don't catch that and whatever, you're out on that one. Bad casts catch fish, but bad retrieves don't catch fish. And we got our book, tips and tricks, the April Fool, how to successfully fish a ledge, moving baits for panfish, 5 trolling tactics for tanker walleye. What's the difference between mono and fluoro? Bad luck to bring a banana on a boat. Snook fishing. Chatterbaits. Chatterbaits just catch fish. That's the new big blade. I recently got one of those in a ridiculous looking color, just because it was a ridiculous looking color. Why red lures crush in the spring. Facts. Recipe, and then how to cook it. 4 ways to fish a drop shot rig. Actually, this is one of the things I'm going to be talking about later, because I'm fishing a tournament this next weekend, or this coming weekend, at a lake that I've now not been able to go practice at because of weather, and I've never been to it. So that'll be interesting. It's a kayak bass tournament, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But the upside is that tournament's no limit, and I can just catch as many as I want, as long as I upload them. I'm just hoping I have service on the lake, which I would know if I got to go practice, but I didn't get to go practice. Alright, there's the list of everything that's in here, and the retail. And this is, okay, that's really cool. That's gonna go on the table. I don't know why, I like stickers. Whatever. So yeah, this is April's month, or April's box. This is a pretty good box. I'm super excited, especially about these 4. These 4 are the most exciting to me right now. I know this absolutely kills. This is super classic. You can get these as a beetle spin too, which work absolutely fantastic. These work great. but I'm gonna have a video about rigging these and what I mean when I say using a bobber. Yeah, no, everything in this box, super solid. Again, the Panfish and Trout box is always a really good box. I'm super happy with it. So if you want to keep seeing content like this, and I'm going to do some more rigging videos, and then hopefully if my GoPro doesn't die, or I don't forget to take the batteries, or I forget to charge it, maybe I'll actually get to, you know, post fishing content that isn't me opening things and talking about things. That'd be really great too. Alright, definitely going to shoot the tournament. That's going to be a thing that I'm going to put on the channel, as much of that as I can. So yeah, that's today's video. If you like it, like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have anything that you want to talk about, or any questions that you want to ask about any of this or other stuff in previous videos, or things that you would like to see. I'm more than happy to do any of that. So, alright, thank you. Catch you guys next time.